Hi everyone, we're Mike and Tricia, and along with our wee dog Kira, we're on tour in France in our new Swift Carrera 144, exploring the country while putting the van through its paces. We're now parked up at a small town called Grenade-sur-l'Adour in southwestern France. In this episode, we're going to show you what it's like for us on Moving On Day, but first we head into the village. We're just heading out for a little walk into the village today. I can't for the life of me remember what the name of the village is.
Grenade-sur-l'Adour.
There you go, you heard it here first. It's a lovely little site this, isn't it?
Yes.
And I quite like the way that the grass is quite meadowy at the moment. All the little daisies and spring flowers and things are coming up. So that's very, very nice. We've been playing a little bit of ball here with Kira, which I suppose is a little bit naughty, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's not a lot of campers on, so.
No, there isn't, but there's been a few signs, dogs are strictly on leads and that sort of thing, but nobody seems to mind. This site is right beside the tennis courts. Wherever we go, we're parking up beside sports facilities. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got the tennis right in front of us, but there's rugby over there, look, and over there's a football pitch.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on behind us, but it smells blooming good, doesn't it? Eh? I think they're having a barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like their barbecues in France, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
This is the entrance to the site here, and there's a little map showing us the layout. We are on, I think it's number 25, which is right down the bottom, down there. And this is the entry system on these sites. There's a little keypad, but you don't actually need to do that as long as you get the card. The little card that we showed you on one of our last videos for the camping car parks. You just tap your card on against the pad and opens the barrier and lets you in. Great. Oh, it's okay. Shh, shh, shh. Okay. Oops, I think we upset the dogs. Eh?
Yeah. I got a fright.
You got a fright, aye?
Yeah.
So did I. Well, some dogs can be really friendly dogs, but if you walk past their
territory,
their particular patch, Kira can be a little bit like that, can't she?
Yeah, she gives that a good woo woo woo.
She does. She's more of a woo 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 when somebody walks by. You seen these trees?
Yeah, do you know what that's called? What they do when they chop all the excess growth off?
No, I don't. What is that?
Pollarding.
Ah, okay.
So they do it purely for aesthetics reasons.
Yeah. I've heard of coppicing. That's obviously when they cut trees right down to the ground and you get all of these thin, wispy branches coming up. But pollarding.
Yes, pollarding. It's
So-
no benefit, just aesthetics.
Yeah, okay. It looks like it's a lot of work. See, all of the bits that they've cut off are just sort of lying around in piles, and that would be a whole year's growth that's there.
Yeah.
What I find amazing is, you see how the branches have actually joined up? It's like they've fused together.
Yeah, but you can see there are some wires.
Yeah.
So obviously they're training them to do that.
That's how they train them, all right. So there's wires between the branches, and then they just kind of loop a bit over like that. And they train it over on the wire so that the branches join. It must be great in the summer when once all the foliage and everything started to grow. But I think it looks great, even the sort of skeletal form of it, you know, at this time
Some
of the
people
year.
like it, some people don't, but I do like it.
I love it. And this is the Adour River, isn't it?
Yeah, because the town obviously means, the words of the town are town on the river, so Grenade.
Grenade-sur-l'Adour,
l'Adour.
yeah. And it's absolutely beautiful. Tell you what, the weeping willows really like it here, don't they?
Yeah, they're grandma willows.
What's that out of?
Pocahontas,
Pocahontas.
Disney.
Oh, trust you. I do like willow trees. I just think they look beautiful, and
They are
obviously
very beautiful.
they'll love it here on the banks of the river. They're putting us through our paces here, are they not?
Yeah, a wee chicane.
This way to the village, you reckon?
I don't know if this goes anywhere though.
It goes along the river, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't know. Might be private.
Oh, hold on. I think it's is it a dead end? That's the dogs again. Looks like this is the way. Let's head up that way and see how we get on.
Must be great, eh, to live here and have that on your doorstep.
Oh, it must be fabulous. There's a wee house. There's nobody in though, look. Nobody in. You get a good view from down here. You coming?
No, my knees will not take it.
My nerves will not take it. What do you reckon this has been?
A house?
Somebody's house.
It
It
is
looks more
somebody's
like a
house.
warehouse, does it not?
Yeah, I think it's a house. Might be a warehouse, who knows? Nature's taken over anyway.
Aye. We ought to look at cutting up to see if we can get into the centre. Oh, I reckon we've came the right way, look.
Yep, straight to the square.
This is like a village square, isn't it?
Yep.
L'Église Saint-Pierre et Saint-Paul. Church of St. Peter and St. Paul. Impressive, isn't it?
Very impressive, yeah. With the two towers.
The service on. Okay. The boulangerie et pâtisserie. I can't resist it. Spoilt for choice in these places. Quite fancy a cookie. Bonjour, je voudrais 2 cookies, s'il vous plaît. Okay. Okay, merci. Merci beaucoup. I'm just about managing with the French. This is Rue de Chemin de Ronde, a tiny little road. And I love these little bits that you can explore. And look at that overhang. Another little alleyway, Rue de Ramparts. I love the brickwork on this. It's these really, really thin bricks, all infilled with lime mortar. And there's some pebbles up the top too. Rue de Ramparts dates to, what does it say on there? 1322. My goodness, it's old, isn't it? And there's a glimpse of life back then. What's all that all about? It's talking about hygiene. Hygiene, yeah, that's right. She's saying, no, 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 you have to be hygienic. Don't do that here. Did you see that magnolia tree back there?
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
I just had a little peek. I know it was somebody's garden, but they had a swimming pool in the magnolia tree, and it's just making me think, could I live here in France?
Yeah.
I probably could, actually. It's just such a beautiful place, isn't it?
I do love France.
I mean, you've got all the architecture. I just love the charm of these old houses.
Yeah.
The exposed wooden structures. I don't think there'd be much space in some of these houses, though.
No, but it would be nice if it was just a holiday home.
Look at this. Imagine this when it was actually new. Would you think that would have been a really vibrant pink?
Be red.
You want your bit of cookie?
Thank you.
I'm having an old one. What do you think?
Nah. Bit of stale cake.
Yeah, I'm not all that impressed. I think they need jam or something just to moisten them up a bit.
Yeah, I suppose they think that putting chocolate in will, but
No. No?
no.
Oh well, we win some, you lose some, don't you? Anyway, we've had part 1 of our meeting, haven't we? We've had a moving on meeting, part 1. And we've concluded that we are going to move on tomorrow. And that's all we've decided. So we'll have part 1B tonight and we'll decide on where we're going.
Yeah.
But there is a few things that we can do today in the meantime. And one of these things, I want to get the windows washed.
Yeah. I mean, you want to do the front windscreen, but I think all the windows need washed because they're quite dusty.
Yeah, they are a little bit, and we haven't washed them since we've been away, so it's overdue. And then I noticed the toilet cassette's needing emptied too.
Yeah, and lights on.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things anyway that we can do. And then the rest of it, the whole rigmarole of moving on, we can show you that tomorrow. Right, to empty the cassette, first of all we take this out. If we're on a safe site, I usually just leave my keys in it. Possibly shouldn't do that, but hey, we're on a safe site. The cassette just comes out. In here we just keep a little bottle of hand sanitizer. And also this little bottle of that blue stuff that we use to clean out the tank. I'm going to put these down there. lift this out. Actually, I'll take these with me. So it's up this way. First thing to do, I'm going to take off this little cap here. This is typical of these in the camping car parks. They don't always have this cap. This one does, but it has a pipe which makes it very easy to get rid of your waste. Just a little bit of water to sluice it out. And then I'm going to put a little bit more water in there. Just a little bit. Some of the blue stuff. Drop some of this in. Don't measure it, we just judge it. And then the cap can go back on. Give it a good old sluice about. And that's that. Job done. Oh, hands. Always do our hands. You can't really take any chances with these things, can you? Right, we'll get this done. And we've got this extendable hybrid thing. It's a sponge on one side and it's a squeegee on the other side. It's great for washing the windows. And if you've seen one of our earlier videos, you can also use it for clearing the snow too. It's got a really good reach. Don't need to be really too particular. And the windows I don't think are all that bad. I'm going to pull back the wipers too. Then just flip it over. Use the squeegee side. And this is just sort of washing up liquid is all we've got in this, to be honest. Sometimes in the past we have put some vinegar in because we find that really makes a good job of your windows, but if you don't have it, you don't have it. There we go. Shouldn't get any streaks doing it this way. I'm just going to do the lights as well. Well, we're at it. We'll give them a good old scrub. That's that one. And this one. We're just going to work our way around now and just do all the windows. And since Trisha has picked up the bucket and has started doing them, I'm not going to complain. Even though these are plastic windows, the process is just the same. We're still using the same solution, just soapy water basically. The back one's done as well. That's the rear lounge window on this side. Just a couple more to do. Don't forget the wing mirrors. Right, it's a little bit soapy in parts, isn't it? Yeah. We'll get some fresh water where we need it. We can just give it a little bit of a wash down. It didn't take us long to do the windows, did it?
No, it didn't.
And we've had our meeting.
Meeting 1B we have.
Yep, we have. Meeting 1B. We have decided our planning meeting. That was our planning meeting. We've decided we're going to go to Rockfort. That's where they make that blue cheese, you know. I quite like the blue cheese. So we're going to go to Rockfort, and that's the plan for tomorrow. It takes us about half an hour?
About half an hour, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And we will show you all the things that we have to do. The rigmarole.
It's not a rigmarole. It's not bad.
The things that we have to do when we pack up on moving day. It's moving on day today, and I did say that I would show you everything that we do when we move on, the whole rigmarole, if you like. The first thing that we do generally is we pack up the bed. We convert it back to seating so that everything comes off, the pillows, quilt, the topper, so that we can convert it all back to seating. We don't have to do this. We could leave the bed in situ, but we like to do this on moving on day just to give the bed a really good airing.
We have to put the gas off, so it's righty-tighty. And that's it off.
And then next up, we will normally do the electric cable. I like to disconnect it from the power first. Then I just wrap it around my arm and I dry it as I go along with a cloth before disconnecting it from the van. Now the cable, we just put this into this bag here. Trisha actually made this. It's a waterproof storage bag and it's got these drawstrings at the top. We had this for our last van for Maggie. Maybe that's why it's wee and brown. But we're now using it for this. And we store it in this little compartment under the passenger seat. We had been thinking about a reel for that cable, which might be easier, but perhaps that would be more to store in the van compared to the bag. I don't know. We're quite happy with the bag. It seems to work for us. Then we also have to remember to do the skylights in the van. We also do the windows too. So first of all, we open up all the blinds and we just make sure that all of the window latches are secured and in the closed position.
We have to swivel the seats round, obviously, to drive. So you have to pull the seat as far forward as you can, and then it quite easily swivels till you hear it click. And the same for the driver. Pull it far forward, swivel it round, and it clicks.
Now, there's nothing worse than driving along and finding you've got a few rattles on the road. So there's a few checks that we like to do just to make sure we haven't got any.
First cupboard I like to check is this one. This cupboard stores all our daily foods, bread, etc., coffee, cups, saucers, plates, bowls. And what I do is with the cups is I have made these little craft foam holders. You can pick this up at Hobbycraft and it's just hot glued together, and then I can slot my cups in so they don't chink together. So we have that. I've also made them for the wine glasses. These are more like a pocket. Again, you just slip the glasses in. So we just make sure everything is in place, nice and tidily in this cupboard. The kettle, unplug the kettle. Kettle has been emptied and it quite easily slots in there as well, along with the extension for it, or the base for it. The kitchen roll holder gets put in there just to give an extra bit of padding. Put the food back in. That one's good to go. The next one I do is down here. I have stacked up, and we have these Tefal ones which you can remove the handle from. When I bought the pots, they had a cardboard shape like this that they were all stacked in, so I used that, and again, craft foam.
We used that as a template.
Yeah. Cut it out exactly the same shape, and I'm able to put that in so it stops them rattling about, and they sit quite easily in here.
And that's just foam that you got from, where was it?
Hobbycraft. Yeah, you can get it in Hobbycraft. Different thicknesses. Obviously you want a thicker one for your pots. Your cups and etc. can use a thinner one, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then we close the cupboard. All done.
So we're all safe from rattles.
Never said that. I like to do a final check, make sure everything's okay and ready to move. Oh, plug left in. Take that out. Get that put away in the cupboard. We've got a wee mini speaker, make sure, oh, there's a cable. Tuck that in there. There. That should be okay now, it's kind of jammed in here. And we've got our little flamingo called Sherry. Thanks a lot to, who was it again?
Kalo. That was Kalo.
Kalo, for calling her Sherry. Mike keeps calling it him, but it's a girl. And then we've got the keys. We like to talk our keys up there. That's Mike's set. And I take a set, we always take a separate set each. Next thing I like to do is start at the back and work my way forward. Making sure all cupboards are closed. We also close over this because we've noticed that when you drive you do get some wind noise coming from here, and that kind of dampens it. Make sure all the cupboards, tables in place, cupboards, fridge, everything's snapped shut. Sink's all closed off, this is closed off, which is fine. And then I like to check in the bathroom as well. So I make sure that nothing's left lying loose. So we've got an air freshener. So that just gets slotted down into a wee corner. And then we always pull the door closed to make sure it doesn't rattle as much as possible. Make sure these cupboards are all okay. And we also close over this one. Right, baby? Sometimes now she can't even be bothered sitting up. But she has to, because we have to do under her belly.
Yeah.
Good girl. Gorgeous.
That's us, we're heading off. It's Trish's turn to drive today. We've just been taking it turnabout. Now there's a couple of things that we need to do before we leave. First of all, we need to dump the grey waste. So we're going to do that now. If we've got some excess fresh water, we would also dump that as well, rather than driving with a full tank. But we don't, we always tend to time that quite nicely, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
So we're just going to dump the grey waste, and then after that we've got to visit the recycling point to dump some of our rubbish. That's us ready to dump our waste, so we need to turn the electric on, and then in this cupboard here we just have to press this solenoid switch, and that should be it. It should be coming out. There it is. It's not bang on the drain, but it's near enough. There's a slope on these things, so it does just drain away. Here we go, that's the recycling point. There tends to be one of these at most of these sites, doesn't there?
Yeah.
Right, let me just get rid of this. Well, that was it. That's the whole rigmarole of moving on. That's what we go through each time we move from site to site. Now,
Yeah, but we do it quicker.
oh, we do, yeah. I think because we were filming it, it looked as if it was
yeah.
longer than it actually
Yeah,
was.
it's a lot quicker.
Yeah. This is also the day, moving on days, when we would normally go to the supermarket, and also we'd refuel.
Yeah, if we need to.
If we need to refuel as well. So there's these couple of things that we would also do too. But we're actually moving on now. We're heading to Rockford, so the next video will be from there. Look out for that one, folks.
Bye.
Ta-da!